Yo, what's good, guys? So I made every single track from this 2022 F1 season in Lego. So I'm going to be showing you each one and how I made them. I will be doing a poll on my Instagram, basically a tournament bracket of which track you guys think is the best, and we'll narrow it down to one. And then once that one track wins, then we'll do something special. So yeah, go follow me on Instagram, the moving bricks underscore YT, and go vote on the poll now. All right, so first we have the Bahrain International Circuit, and if you see me like looking over here a few times, I'm looking at the picture of the track I made. First time we had testing for a while and we had the winter break, so I had plenty of time to be able to make this track. As you can see, all the colorful lines that are actually on the track. So I was able to make the like Bahrain logo in the bottom right thing that you would really see on the real track. At the start of the season, you can tell I forgot to put the walls. Well, I didn't forget. I just didn't do it on designated circuits, not like street circuits. So halfway through the season at Spa, you'll be able to see the walls come into play, and it'll be like that for next year as well. Overall, I mean, I think I did a pretty solid job at this track. I think maybe next year, one thing I want to do, like I said, I'm going to add walls and maybe just more grandstands. Besides that, I think it's a pretty good track. Now into Jeddah. So the Jeddah Corniche circuit, this track is located in Saudi Arabia, and this track is always very difficult to make. Normally, it's 1 week from Bahrain to Jeddah to make it, which is obviously not easy for me. So the whole track, it's just like a pencil. It's super long, so it's hard to fit it into the like room basically. And there's a lot going on as well since it's a street circuit. Overall, I'm actually really happy with how this track turns out every year. I've only done it twice, obviously, but it's looking good. And with the more grandstands I talked about earlier that are going to be added, I think it'll be even better next year. So on to the next one. So a few weeks later, we went down under to Australia into Melbourne, where we had the third round of the season. First race in Melbourne in a few years because of the virus. I'm very happy with this one as well. So far, three bangers in my opinion. I love the colored what's it called? The colored curbs on this track and a few others. Jeddah also had some really cool curbs. I also really love how I did the Melbourne on the pit building. I think it looks really clean and just like overall just like nice. This year, as you can probably tell through some of these pictures, I started using grass, like green base plates to make grass, and I'm really happy with how that turned out. I think it looked really good. And overall, with the lake in the middle and everything, I just think I did a pretty solid job with this track, and I'm happy with how it turned out. So for this track, Imola, as I'm sure you guys know, this one also has some fun curves with the green, white, and red for the Italian flag. I think the only thing I want to improve for next year is on the pit straight. I think it's more curvature. As you can see, it like dips down and then dips back up. And I feel like I did that. I just didn't exaggerate it enough, if you know what I mean. So I just want to do that a little bit more next year and just try to make it as realistic as I can, except with Lego, and add some more grass and stuff, as you can see, some more trees, some more walls and buildings. So Miami, this is the first time we've ever been here, and I just want to say I smashed it with this track. I only really had the contour of the track to go off of, like on the F1 app, and I think I did a really good job as well. As you can see, the orange curves, again, fun curves. I love my fun colored curves. I don't know why, I just do. But the walls as well look really good, and the like teal and blue like palm tree design, it just looks so solid. And then I forgot to even talk about it. In the middle of the track, we have the Hard Rock Stadium, and I did that pretty much in like a few days without much time to prepare. But I think it turned out pretty well. So I think next year, what I want to do is, as you'll see later, for a different track, I added a highway, and there's also a highway in this track at Miami. So I'm gonna add that for next year. And then the other thing, just more grandstands, really. Yes, just at Spain, it's a pretty traditional circuit. I'm sure you guys have seen this track year after year after year. I very much struggled with this track. I'm not sure why, but this year I think I actually did it quite well. So most of the times the right side of the track is significantly higher, it's like offset. But this year I did pretty well with making them level, and I think it looks good. Yeah, I mean, I think I did pretty solid with this track. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below how I did every track. Yeah, so after that, now we went to Monaco. Monaco, I smashed it again. I think I did really, really well with Monaco. I think I did well with Monaco last year as well, but this year even better. So as you can see, there's the tunnel that I made last year, which obviously helps to reuse. But all the buildings and the boats and the water and all that, I think it looks really well. And the close walls, I actually even narrowed the width of the track, so I have a little tool that's spaced out for how much I normally like make the track wide. But I narrowed it at certain sections, like at the swimming pool chicane. Yeah, I mean that's Monaco for you. Next we have Baku, another solid street circuit, close walls, super long back straight. I think I did a pretty good job with this track. The castle section, I think, also looks very good. And yeah, that's all we really have for Baku. Okay, now on to Montreal. So I was at this race. So I built this track in about a day and a half. I was very rushed, but I think I did, for my first time ever building it, I think I did pretty good. The only thing I really want to improve is maybe fix the details around the track. Like I think there should be some more grandstands, some more trees. Since I was there, I can attest to that. Overall, I mean, for my first time ever doing it, I think it was pretty good, and I can't wait to see how it looks next year. So Silverstone, it was a tough one because it from this angle, it does not look too great. It looked quite boring. So afterwards, I added a bunch of sponsors onto the track where they have them like on the runoff. But I also think next year needs to have some walls just to make it look better. And it also needs some more grandstands, which I've been saying a lot, obviously, but I've made some more and it should look better next year. But it's a great track. I love the fun colored curves again, the black and white. But this track I'm very happy with. I think it turned out really well. I love the red and white runoff areas. I think that looks very clean and fun. I also did the bull statue, which I think looks really good as well. As you can see, the second DRS straight after the pit straight is like it moves a bit, like it's like kind of like that. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like it's not straight. That's what I'm trying to say. I think I did that well last year. I had just done it straight, but this year I didn't, which it looks more realistic, and I'm happy. Again, the only thing we think could be elevation change in walls and more grandstands. Besides that, I'm pretty happy with it. So now we have France. France is a tough one because there's so many of those little lines, the red and blue lines, and I do not have many blue colored tiles or anything. So it was tough to make this track. I think the actual outline of the track looks pretty good. There's also a ton of the areas that different layouts for the track, but overall, I think I did as well as I could with this track. Again, need some walls, but as many lines as I could do look good, and I think what I did is fine. So I won't be improving next year because the track isn't on the calendar, but for the last edition of Circuit Power Card, there we have it. Now on to Hungary. Hungary is a tough one. So kind of like Silverstone, this one just looked boring. There's just not much I can add to it to make it look better. But yeah, that's Hungary. Now Spa. If you're a Formula One fan and you're not a fan of Spa, I don't know what you're doing. This track is just gorgeous. So I had a month because of the summer break. It's just so much fun making this track because it's so historic and beautiful in my opinion. Like Eau Rouge is just like so exciting in a way. I don't know how to explain it. It was just fun being able to make this track, and I think I did a fairly well job. The Camel Straight is a bit short, but as you can see, I ran out of room. It goes right up to the wall. But yeah, I mean, I did pretty well. I love the walls. This is when I added the walls to regular circuits, and it just makes it look so much better. Probably, in my opinion, my best track this season. Okay, so next we go to Zandvoort, which in my opinion is another really good one. As you can see, more fun curves with the orange and white, and then the little Netherlands flag. I just love the way this track like flows and the banking. It looks so clean, and I just enjoy doing it. It just, in my opinion, looks really well done, and it's very accurate to the actual like outline of the track. So I'm happy with this one. And the next one too, Monza. Monza, in my opinion, I mean, it was pretty easy. I think I finished it in a day, which for me is really quick. The outline's obviously easy, not too many corners, a lot of straights, which makes my life a lot easier. I did try to build some more details like the podium and I don't know what the little thing's called. There's a little like two little glass buildings on the pit straight. But more fun curves, the green, white, and red for Italy. Not too much special going on here, but I think the walls look well, and I think the grass and the trees look good as well. Next, we have Singapore. This, I think, could challenge Spa for my favorite of the year. It looks so, so good, in my opinion. The Singapore, like, coloring on the pit straight, and then the highway and the buildings, it just, like, looks so clean. The buildings, I feel like I placed them strategically to fill up the space, and it looks really good. And I think the track itself, the outline is really well done. I like the grandstand that goes over the track as well, as you can see, and the lights on the Ferris wheel. It all just looks so clean, and I'm very, very, very happy with how this track turned out. I'm for my first time ever doing it, very happy. Japan is next, another first for me doing it. So as you see the bridge there, and the track crosses over itself. So basically I had to build the bridge for the track to go under and over. I started on that about a month before the race even happened. So I had been working on this one for a while. The track itself honestly wasn't that difficult, but kind of like Jeddah, it's just long, so it's hard to make it like work. But I think I did a good job. I think it could use some more gravel and some more like grass. But besides that, I think I did a pretty good job, and I'm pretty happy with this one. I think it turned out well. So now on to Coda. I was also at this race, which made it tough, but I finished this one in a few days. And as you can see, the star stripes like coloring, I think that looks really, really well done. I'm very happy with that. And the walls as well. I made the elevation change to turn one, which in person is just incredible. It's something you have to see. And I did some gravel. I did the Coda observation tower. Overall, I think this track was really well done for me. I think I did a good job at it, and I'm really happy with it. So now on to the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. Another pretty solid track. Nothing too special going on. The stadium section is pretty cool though. I painted little pieces of cardboard to put there because that was the first thing I could do to make it work. And it looks pretty good. I think there's more improvement to go, and I did improve the stadium section, like the coloring later on. But overall, pretty pretty solid track. I like it. Looks cool. Only two more to go now. So Brazil. This one again, pretty solid. I love the fun colored curves again. You guys are gonna get to know that about me. Love the when curves aren't just red and white. It just like makes me happy. I don't know. So green, yellow, and white curves. That looks cool. Turn one I think needs a little bit more elevation change. Really the whole track, but besides that, yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I think the walls really help it. And yeah, now on to our season finale with Abu Dhabi. So Abu Dhabi, I think I did pretty well. Um, I was able to use a lot of teal around the track to make it look good. I was also able to do the hotel for the first time this year, which it looks all right, but it helps the track look like the actual track, I think. And I think the boats in the marina as well also help. Yeah, pretty happy with how this track turned out. I like all the palm trees and everything. That's all we got. This might be my last video before Christmas, so if you guys celebrate Christmas, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to all of you guys. If not, I just hope you enjoyed the winter and the break, and yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.